Go.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Just been reading this book about Ed Gein. I'll tell you about him. He was born in 1706 in Plainfield, Wisconsin. His family lived on a farm. Him, his brother, his father, and his mother. His father was a drunkard, never was home, just not a good guy. He beat Ed and Henry almost every day pretty much until they bled. His mother was overbearing, demanding, didn't trust anyone, not even the boy's father. The house life was not good for him. He went to school, but all the kids at school teased him because his parents were not right. In 1940, his father died of alcoholism because he overdrank and pretty much drowned himself. And then about 4 years later, his brother died in a fire. Supposedly, Ed and Henry were fighting the fire on their farm because it was going to burn down their house. And somehow, Henry told Ed to go on the other side of the fire and try to help it move. But then after the fire was over, they found Henry dead beside a creek with bruises on his head. They think Ed may have done it, but they're not sure. Some think it was asphyxiation, but he never admitted to killing his brother. In 1945, his mother died, and this was really whenever Ed went crazy. After they buried his mother, he dug his mother up and cut her body up. He cut her genitalia off and made a vest out of her skin. There were many reports of others being missing from their graves, but he was only convicted of 2 murders, Mary Hogan and Bernice Worden. Mary was just a young girl, and actually she wasn't young, she was 48, but after she was buried, Ed dug her up and hung her body from just hung her body up and skinned her and wore her skin around as clothes, made lampshades out of her skin, also covered a chair with her skin. Some pretty gross stuff. The story behind Bernice Worden is that Ed came in to buy some antifreeze the day before she died, and her son was going out hunting the next morning. So the next day, the son came back and there was blood everywhere all over the shop, and the shop truck was gone, and they figured that it must have been Ed because he was the last receipt made for the antifreeze. So later they went to Ed's house and he wasn't there. They're not sure where he was, but they somehow got a warrant and searched through his house and they found Bernice's body hung upside down with her entire body gutted out, her entire breast and everything was just cut off. And whenever Ed came back to the house, he was taken to jail. But then he was later issued into a mental hospital because they discovered that he wasn't right, obviously. But then after that, he pretty much lived the rest of his life in the mental hospital until he was 77, about 1978, and he died of cancer.